also we have our leadership here. We are going to start from here. Please tell us which university you're coming from and something about your university.
For his kind address. Thank you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. Respected all esteemed officials and the stakeholders from Department of Higher Education and Department of School Education, Government of Kenya. Many senior representatives have come here. Welcome all academicians from the University of Nairobi, Stratford University, Embu University, Mount Kenya University, where I and my team visited yesterday. We had a good interaction over there. Welcome representative from Kenyatta University, distinguished participants from Indian higher education institutions. We are having nearly a representative from 14 higher education institutions from India, having diverse courses. So I think my team will detail it, and I would request all who have come here from Kenya to have a detailed interaction with all the exhibitors here, so that you can have a good glimpse of what India is offering as of now. So I think that will be the best utilization of time. We are having all 14 universities at a forum, and one of the stall is from the Ministry of Education also, where you can have a entire gamut of services what the country is offering into the education sector. So I would like whosoever from Kenya has come here have an interaction with my team, so it will be very fruitful then. I am honored to address this gathering today. I am representing EDSIL, Educational Consultant India Limited. This is the public sector undertaking, 100% owned by Ministry of Education and Government of India. So we are on the behalf of Government of India, and from the Indian High Commissioner also, Madam Bhanot, who is Secretary Education, she has also come here. So together we are here to represent India along with 14 institutions, to give you a overall information what the Indian education is all about. So during the entire day till 5 p.m. we can have an interaction. Before delving into how EDSIL can contribute and Ministry of Education can contribute to the education sector in Kenya, I would like to draw 1 or 2 points here in the Indian education, what new has happened. We have recently launched our new education policy, which is 2020. So nearly 3 years have already elapsed in new education policy, in which we have taken the best of the world's things happening, which can make more employability, more interesting, more flexibility into the higher education. It is not like yesterday's when you have entered into one course just after 12th, and you have to, whether you like it or not like it, you do not allowed to change the things. Now even if you enter into higher education, there are options. There is a credit transfer things like in the US universities and Canada university used to happen. So this way through NEP we have made that possible. I think my counterpart Mr. Executive Director Dr. Chandrasekhar will brief it about. So now you can have world-class education, world-class curriculum in Indian universities, where we can give the education at a quite affordable price. That is the beauty, affordable price and the quality education. So those two things taken together, you will find the India as a natural attraction for you to the higher education. So that is the NEP 2020 emphasize the importance of the multidisciplinary, holistic education with flexible curricula, what I have told, promoting creative combinations of subjects and integrating vocational education. So that is, it will be not like completely bookish type of education. One of the innovative aspect is the establishment and academic bank of credit. That's what I was saying. Digital storing academic credits earned from various Indian higher education institutions. This will enable seamless credit transfer, enhancing the flexibility of education pathways. So summarizing this, that now the Indian higher education institutions, which is, I will say, the size of what we have in India, we are having nearly 1,000 universities, nearly more than 40,000 colleges, many of them are known in the world's best education institutions, and you will find in the detail this thing, particularly in the field of information technology. Our pass outs from these colleges are heading now now the top institutions in the US and in the entire world. So that is the beauty of this thing. On the lighter note, just one incident. I was told that when US ambassador in India was in a conference or was in addressing some function. So since as of now there are many CEOs heading the IT institutions in US. So he told it looks like that to become a CEO in US now you have to be an Indian. So that is the level of education the country is providing in the IT field. So I would request Kenyan stakeholders, Kenyan education deciders, have a good information, good interaction with their wards, with their students, so that they can get good knowledge. We are not forcing anything, but I found that lack of information is not making this economy, I will say the affordable education at a great affordable education not to be fully tapped. In the spirit of international collaboration, this new education policy also places a special emphasis on attracting a greater number of international students, promoting internationalization at home. Yes, internationalization of this education is one of the key aspects of our new education policy also. So that way it will also help the Kenyan students to do the education in India. India aspires to be a global study destination, offering premium education at affordable cost that I have told. In this context, EDSIL serves on behalf of Ministry of Education, Government of India as the implementing agency for the Study in India program. The program details will be shared by my successor now. This promoting Indian higher education for international students. Through the Study in India program, we offer a gateway for the international students, in this case Kenyan students, to explore the rich educational landscape of India, marked by quality education, cultural diversity and affordability. Concluding, the confluence of India's new education policy 2020, EDSIL's digital education expertise from since a public sector under Ministry of Education, as of now this imparting of education, not only the information, but the imparting of education, quality education with the technological tools available in nowadays. We say the smart classes, we say the virtual classes, we say this cloud hosting, all this together. The top class, the lectures of I will say one of the best lecturer or one of the best professors can be transmitted to the masses, so that the quality education, which was earlier possible without our technology, from one teacher to 60 students, one teacher to, I will say, 2 classes, 3 classes. Now it can be one teacher to lakhs of students because of the technology. So that EDSIL can help in implementing this through the EdTech solutions available. So I'll say, and the study number provides a golden opportunity for collaboration through the EdTech that can significantly contribute to the transformation of the education sector in Kenya. We are eager to engage in meaningful partnerships and exchange ideas that will empower our nations through the transformative power of education in this education fair scheduled today. So once again, whosoever come here from this stakeholders from the Kenyan school education as well as higher education, I welcome everybody here. Have a good interaction with the 14 institutions coming here and have a good interaction. We would not like this interaction to end here today itself. It can go together through the emails, through the virtual discussions also, so that we can utilize this interaction fully and we can help Kenya also for affordable education and top class education in Indian higher education system. Thank you very much.
So thanks a lot, sir, for your insightful points, sir. And coming on the Study India website, now Dr. B. Chandrasekhar, our Executive Director, will define more about this scheme and benefits of this scheme. So before we start about the scheme, we'll play small video, sir. So which will showcase about the new Study India version 2.0, which has lot many features as compared to the previous website. And based on the feedback received from our international students, faculties, and academicians, we have made further changes on our new website. And everything right from visa to student login and institute login, everything can be done on the new website. So we'll play the video now.
Picture this. You, amidst the vibrant landscape of India, pursuing your academic passions while surrounded by ancient traditions and cutting-edge innovation. Sounds pretty incredible, right? Well, guess what? Making that dream a reality is easier than you think, thanks to the amazing Study in India program. Don't believe us? Then hear it from our esteemed alumni.
I'm David Ajavon, studying at Ratnam College and pursuing a bachelor's in computer science. My experience in India has been nothing short of instructional, progressive, and exciting. Our unique environment has moved me to seek added insight and exposure in other subfields, both related and non-related to my degree. I see that Indians have a lot of courtesy and know how to show love. That has reinforced my capacity to exhibit such qualities. The journey so far has been amazing.
Ready to begin this epic educational adventure? Buckle up, because we are about to decode the application process and show you just how easy it can be. Here's the step-by-step guide through the seamless application process of Study in India. First stop, the Study in India website. Think of it as your gateway to a universe of possibilities. Head to www.studyinindia.gov.in and register yourself. It's easy, we promise. Start with your name, the one you go by in everyday conversations. Then list your surname, the one that's on all your official documents. Now, move on to your country, your home country, the place your nationality represents and whose citizenship you hold. Follow that up with your telephone number that is accessible to you, since all the institutes you apply to will reach out to you on it. Also, it's best if you have WhatsApp on the same number for easy access. Postscript, don't forget to add your country code before your telephone number. Of course, none of this will be possible without your email address. Just like your trusty phone number, we'll need a reliable email address to navigate all communications, from the account activation link to the institute correspondence and communications. So, pick an email address that's familiar and dependable, because it's going to be the compass for your future. Lastly, you need to pick a password to protect your digital space on the Study in India website. For utmost protection, it's best to have 6 or more characters and have an alphanumeric password for an added layer of security. Study in India will send you an email confirmation saying that you're all set up. Congratulations! Now all you need to do is click on Complete Now, after which you can log in with your registered email ID and password, leading you to your dashboard. Do note that this is mandatory and you won't be able to log in or fill out the application without doing so. Now that you've done all that was needed, remember that whenever you visit the website, you'll need to log in with your email ID and password, the very same that you selected during the registration process on the registration page. With all of that out of the way, let's cover the basics. This is where your personal details come into play, such as your name, gender, and birth date. But since you've registered, all the relevant information will be auto-filled from the registration page. You can't change your email address in the application since you've registered with that ID. You can move on to filling in the rest of the basic details. Next, tell us about your home country, your country of origin, followed by your parents' details and your home address. It's important to provide a mobile number for your parents, preferably one that has an active WhatsApp profile. This makes it incredibly easy to get in touch with them should the need arise. Finally, you need to share your passport details and citizen number. Now, remember, prospective students applying from Nepal and Bhutan do not need passports. They can just fill in their citizen number and move ahead with the application. However, applicants applying from other countries need to mandatorily fill the passport field. Now that you've filled in your basic information, it's time to hit save and dive into your academic journey. Before anything else, please refer to the grade conversion document at the top, since you need to provide the information according to the Indian education system. Say you're a student from Bangladesh. An A+ or a score between 80 to 100 or a GPA of 5 gives you a 90%. On the other hand, an A or A score between 60 to 69 or a GPA between 3.5 and 4 translates to 64.5. Simple, right? Just consult the document, find your country, and there you have it. Now that the grade conversion is clear, present your marks in percentage under each field, starting from secondary school to your most recent academic achievement. Only provide essential information and mark a solid no for the rest. If your results are pending, choose the result awaited option. For instance, if you're waiting for the 12th grade results, you can substitute your 11th grade marks. Next, move to the document information section. Gather all the required academic documents, your mark sheets in digital format, PDF, JPG, or JPEG. None of the files can exceed 2 MB. Also, if you have any other documents like your JEE, IELTS, or SAT, you can merge the relevant documents into a single PDF, uploading it under the option of Other Document. For the final step, you need to complete the mandatory procedure of uploading a JPG of your passport size photo and official signature. Once you've done the needful, click Save and prepare for the next step. To begin your course picking journey, you need to click on the Courses tab and wait for the page to completely load. It could be a few seconds since there's such a huge database to deal with. Once it loads, you can see that there are filters on the left side of the page to sort your preferred courses. You can use the discipline filter or even the course filter. But avoid using all the filters at once, as the results may be affected. If you look to the right, you can see a search box at the top corner. You can use that to look for and apply to an institute of your choosing. In short, the left side filter is to manage your courses and the right side search box manages the institutes. It's time to embark on your academic exploration. Navigate through a variety of colleges, universities, and institutes to find your perfect match. Pick the discipline of your choice, from arts, commerce, and science to engineering and even yoga. Yes, yoga. Take it a step further by selecting the degree level you're aiming for: diploma, PhD, postgraduate, or undergraduate. Once you find your institute, you'll need to click on the Details button in the last column. This will lead to the institute page opening, where students can check all the details of the picked college. To apply to this particular course, you can just click on the Courses and Programs tab and check all the courses offered by that institute. Once you spotted the course you want to apply to, you can click on Show Interest and wait. A thank you pop-up will appear and voila! You've just applied to your first course and your application's been sent directly to the institute. Once you've applied to your desired courses, head over to the My Course Choices tab. This is where you can check all the courses you've applied to so far. If you've changed your mind on a course, don't worry. You won't have to forcibly sit through it. You can simply click on the delete icon beside the particular course. There's no need for prioritizing the courses you've applied to in this tab, since your application is sent to all these universities. There's no extended submit button. You've picked and applied to your courses, now comes the waiting phase. Offers start coming in on the Offers of Admission tab. You'll be able to receive multiple admission letters from various universities, each eager to welcome you into their community. However, there's a catch. If you received any admission letter, there will be a specific date also mentioned, which is the last date of acceptance. So make sure to accept the offer letter on time, or else it'll be void after the date has passed. You can receive multiple offer letters, but you can only accept one at a time. After accepting, there's a final confirmation from the institute again. Once you've received that, It's time you get ready to pursue your dream education in India. You can now start with the formalities, that is, applying for your student or research visa. Just make sure to have the acceptance offer letter you received along with the other necessary documents. Got any questions? You can check out the FAQs page where we've got answers to every what if and how come. If you can't find your answer there, no worries. Share your details by reaching out to us at help.studyinIndia@gov.in and someone from our team will reach out to assist you. And if you want to call us, you can connect with our contact center on the international toll-free number +91 120 6565 065. You can even reach out to us on all our social media handles as well. Now that you know how to apply, it's time to unlock the gateway to your dreams by enrolling. Come, experience a place where ancient wisdom seamlessly blends with modern innovation and every corner bursts with colors, culture, and endless possibilities. So what's holding you back? Say yes to study in India and let your ambitions soar high.
It was a very small video about the process of study in India. And now I'll request our executive director, Dr. V. Chandrasekhar, to explain briefly what was not in the video about the unique ID started by the Government of India to help and track any international student and help them in case of any need. So sir will be explaining in detail about the website and the process. Please start the PPT.
Good morning, everyone. Chairman Priya from Indian Mission, representatives, directors from Strathmore University, Embu University, and my Indian colleagues from the 11 representing universities. We are happy to have you here to showcase your education system to this global community and see that you are able to achieve the objectives. Well, my objective here is to just generally talk about the education system in India, not specifically looking at the broader objectives, what Government of India is thinking about, and an information for international students to explore Indian education in a larger context with their choice of disciplines of study. While you might see 14 institutions, India has 1,113 universities in the country at various levels. There are institutions which are easy for you to access, looking at your own specialty. You name any kind of discipline which you might, there are universities exclusively specializing from undergrad program to doctoral programs and looking at even research innovation in that particular sector. That's the opportunity India will provide. That is what briefly I'm going to tell. And this portal which you have already gone through, but its importance, its significance, why the Government of India is thinking this portal will be of relevance to you, easy access to India's higher education system. So we have seen largely what is the study in India. I'm going to just broadly tell about the Indian education system and what are the opportunities. It doesn't work. Okay, I just wanted to appreciate, again, as I mentioned, there are diverse courses, and you can see India has heritage, decadal experience of bringing education from its 5th century, and this was one of the oldest century university established in 5th century, the Takshila and Nalanda. This is the Nalanda University, and these are still remnants. Whenever you come to India, you can see these remnants still there. These were the programs, even in 5th century, they were teaching mathematics, astronomy with Vedic sciences. Okay, our formal education system started in 1835. That's the oldest universities you can have. We have grown in numbers. That's where I call about 113 universities. This was one of the oldest university. Even set up before our independence. Today it is the IIT Roorkee. This was an exclusive institute working on water management, civil engineering, road engineering, and so on. You have at least 60, 70 odd disciplines in that particular thing. This is today, which was at Thomson College in 1800, and today it has one of the IITs. This is the first institute exclusively set up for engineering and technology, which has multidiscipline. Well, entrance could be easier, will be difficult, but your postgraduate admissions to these, the premier institutions of IITs, IIMs, IIITs, NITs are easier, while you have otherwise all programs. Just for your information, the curriculum, the pedagogy, the assessment, all follow the statutory guidelines of the Government of India. Any institution you take, it will follow the AICT. And just for your information, our engineering curriculum is very strong. We follow all the engineering curriculum which is prescribed by Indian institutions are from the Washington Accord, which prescribes the curriculum in terms of its standards, in terms of quality. If you can see why our Indian CEOs are Indian students who have become CEOs of this reputed company is because of our curriculum. The teaching has been global. 75% of the teachings are very specific. 25% largely address the global standards. So while I appreciate our Indian schooling system is also 12 years, while Kenya is also similar to that. These numbers might be interesting when I told about 113 universities. There are premier institutes. You can see on the right, there are a lot of specialities which specializes in fashion technology, from arts, culture, textiles, even defense and forensic science. So that's why I told you that's an opportunity for you to explore in addition to the regular from agriculture to sciences to arts, humanities, and so on. So while India is the second largest higher education system, with having 58,000 higher education institutions, you saw in the previous number. So admissions into colleges are easier, and the second level of institutions, we have enabled a process. But be aware that all these institutions follow the curriculum standards prescribed by the Government of India. They have to necessarily follow. So you enter any institutions, you will see a similar kind of quality academics, assessment system, or in terms of learning outcomes. So while I say that India is fourth largely represented across, and majority of the institutions appear in the world ranking systems. And currently, as we say, there are 48,000 international students studying in various disciplines, which I mentioned about. Largely, the sought after program was STEM education, but there are students coming from international who also look at Indian philosophy, Indian system of medicine, Indian system of knowledge systems, and so on. So idea is for you to explore all these things, not confined to one sector. You should try to harness what is relevant to you, what is interesting to you, which can lead you to the particular your ambitions, aspirations, and so on. Well, these are the informations which my chairman also was talking about, the CEOs, so many corporates, so many CEOs. They've all come through this education system which I have mentioned about. Well, we also undergo reforms, just for information. So when we say academic credit framework and academic bank of credits, we have flexibility today in terms of learning. Just for your information, what I wanted to share is also that student enrolled in an institutions, suppose after a year they think that they would like to change another institute, it is possible. The time spent in an institute need not be wasted. One can transfer the academic credits earned from one institute to another. This can also go overseas. That is one of the discussions we have been talking very specifically to the universities here. They can enter into some kind of a joint partnerships, pilot arrangements where students study major time in their host country and come to Indian higher education institutions for a period. Or they can even also look at a small semester wise, or look at some kind of specifically looking at skilling requirement. Okay, this course of research innovation will help me to build my career in my host country. Please identify those institutions, and Study in India program will facilitate to that. So, well, these are the other opportunities, not to be of at least students' interest, but yes, we have been talking with the higher education institutions in Kenya. So there are very open mind, and the Study in India program this time is open and flexible to more opportunities where student exchange can happen, or offering joint master's program and so on, and teacher capacity development including that also. So we can look at some kind of a modular program. So the information for students is to look at that opportunity. Go to your faculty advisors, teacher advisors, and tell that, yes, this is what I'm interested. Some interesting programs, courses will be interesting in an institute, which you can pick and choice and do for a certain period. So these are some of the catchy words for you to catch up and work towards that. Well, this is a portal. Largely, we have been talking about what very simple process. Earlier, I think in 2 years back, students used to apply to individual institutions, go through a process. Now it's completely online. As I speak, there are 480 students on this portal. You can access information about programs, the infrastructure, the faculty, and various other resources requirement in this portal. There is a student login, there is an institute login. Student login will be interesting for you. You create your Study in India student ID, which can be throughout used your student life cycle. Whenever you do an undergraduate program, graduate program, then pass out, come back to your country, work for some time. Again, you desire that, yes, you can come back for a PG program. Still use the same student Study in India ID to register and get your access to applications and so on. Till that time, the student folder, individual folder will be kept alive. So while we had, this is the 5 simple process to register, and it's self-explanatory. The video has been done. It will be running through while you interact with institutions. Still, you can come back and ask us. I think the Study in India team is here to understand this. This is the kind of education we also understand Kenya's, the 12-year schooling system, what kind of learning institutions we have, and the higher education enrollment also we understand there is a large opportunity for each countries to participate, each institutions to participate in Kenya's higher education programs. These are some of the thoughts which we thought it will work. But largely we see that there is also an infrastructure issues in the country. So now that for particular component, you can look at India's higher education system for getting what kind of desired learning and outcomes as you desire. So that's it. In case of you have queries, we are around. I think you can still go across and discuss with institutions. I think be aware when you talk to institutions, ask what all programs and what is the kind of flexibility they will allow each institutions, and what kind of research access you have. I think when a postgraduate students, I think start your research from the beginning. When you come back to your country, continue that research, or when you get employed somewhere, again come back and contribute to that particular sector. That will be interesting for each of the students. Thank you once again.
So thank you, sir, for your wonderful points and your great presentation, sir. So that was all about Study India. Now we'll start about the experience sharing, like the students, those who are already in India, those who have studied in India, what experiences they had while their duration in India. So we'll start with our first alumni. The student is currently studying at Andhra University, and he's pursuing his PhD. So I'll request the student to please come here and speak about his experiences in India. Thank you.
Good morning. High Commission, all directors present. What's up? Okay. Can you get me well? Okay. All protocol observed. My name is Levi Cheore, and I'm a PhD scholar from Andhra University in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh State. Currently, I'm a PhD scholar, and before I also attended my master's degree from the same institution, Andhra University. Here present is the Dean for the International Affairs in Andhra University, and requested that I may attend the function. What I would say is studying in India is a privilege in all aspects, I can say, because I've been there, I've experienced, I've lived there. The environment, the study environment is very conducive. When it comes to going to classes, you will have a one-on-one experience with the professors, and it is an experience that you may not forget, because the way you experience your lower level of education in Kenya, that's how the education is in terms of attending the classes. That means there is a high chances of meeting your professors in terms of there's no missing classes, there's no missing of classes. Also, the environment in terms of administration, there's a lot of support. If you have any challenge, chances of getting help is very high. If there is any challenge, then you can easily request for a meetup with the concerned office, and you'll get unnecessary help. So there's no doubt saying that maybe you can experience any challenge. Also, in terms of stay, the security is very, very good for studies and for the students. You may not, the entire period of being in the school, you might not experience any cases of insecurity or students being reported that perhaps they have experienced some mugging or something like that we normally witness around. That means the place is very, very secure. The community around is also very friendly. Very, very friendly. If you need any help, you'll get the necessary help that you may need. And also, academics. Academics is top notch. I can tell you for sure, because the time contact of the professors there is up to standard, or they prescribe. There's no missing of classes for the students. There is a register. So that means there's a maximum utilization of study time in Andhra or the Indian, because there's a general experience with all the institutions, because I've got friends there, we normally talk, and whatever I experience is almost the same with other students in other institutions. And that's why in my master's I chose to do the same in my PhD level from the same institution, because I enjoyed my study there. Again, you might realize that if you want to finish your course, you might take time locally. It's not the same case when you're there. That is, I might say that it's because of the strict adherence to the curriculum. The course is 2 years, it's 2 years. I'll take an example of Andhra University, because that's where I studied. The classes run up to Saturday. That means it gives you ample time to finish within your time. And also, for the case of the PhD, if you are a lead professor, he can even call you up to weekend as Sunday. That's the level of commitment that normally happens over there. Yes, and that will help you to finish your course within a prescribed time. So, if you are a student or you are an aspiring student and you would like to finish your course within specific time, then this is the country that you might want to choose. Yes. Also, in terms of relationship, there is a lot of professionalism over there. The relationship between a professor and a student is strictly professor and a student relationship. And professors there demand for a maximum respect. Not even the demand, it's a culture. There's a culture there. Maximum respect, you respect your elders. So, when you think of studying in India, carry yourself a maximum respect. That will give you a humble time to finish your course within a specific time. That's it. If there's any question concerning Andhra University, kindly you can reach us in the stall. Thank you.
So thank you, Levi's. So, and thank you for your points and your sharing your experiences about your stay in India. We are very thankful for you to come here and study. And we just had a visitor here, like there's Professor Madam Gao from the University of Canada. Ma'am, thank you for coming. So we are just in the process of getting experience sharing from the students, those who are present here and those who have studied in India. So with next, I would like to invite Mr. Paddy Agura. He has pursued his pharmacy studies in India and currently working with Ministry of Health. So thank you, Paddy, for coming.
All protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paddy Agoro. I work with the Ministry of Health. I'm an assistant chief pharmacist. I'm based in Mombasa. I studied in India. I graduated in 2005. So I started 2001 to 2005 on that batch. I studied in Vinayaka Mission's research institution. He's my Dr. Professor Najapan is my mentor here, our registrar. What I can say, let me just start with an anecdote. There's a patient who was being treated in India, and he opted to go to America. So he left that doctor there and went to America. And imagine he went to America and he had to pay 10 times the price of treatment. And who was treating him there? It was the same Indian doctor that flew there and he left here. That's the quality of education in India. That's the quality of education in India. I can talk about the visa. Getting visa there is very seamless. It's easy. During our times, those 2001, even now, I've traveled to India severally. Even last year I was in India. And I got I got the visa easily because I also studied there, so it was very easy. So getting visa, the paperwork and all those complications is a breeze. Then the hospitality. I can tell you for a fact, the first 3 months was very difficult. You tell them mild chili. They don't know what mild chili is. The way we use onions here, I think to them, the food, you have to have chili. It was hell. But now when I go to a hotel in Kenya, I tell them, give me nyama choma, I tell them, put 10 or 15 chili because I got used to it. And it's very, in fact, my parents were very shocked. My father is here. I went when I was around 70 kilos. I came back when I was 90 because the food is good. You have in the streets chili chicken, I don't know. The options were very much. Then also, we went and stayed in hostels. But again, we came to learn that the environment is very friendly. So we got houses. I don't know if you can. Those days we were staying in 2-bedroom houses. It's seldom. A 2-bedroom house with your compound, we were paying only around 2,000 Kenyan shillings. You have your compound, I don't know, now maybe it could be 5,000 or something like that. We were living very comfortably. I remember a time they were having an issue with the bird flu. So the Indians were not eating chicken. We ate chicken like no one's business, as we did really. But that's on a light one. What I'm just trying to say is the hospitality there. The lecturers were treating us with respect. We really had it easy. And then I have to mention the practicability of the courses. I was studying pharmacy, and the pharmacy there is multidisciplinary because you can study pharmacy and you specialize in the hospital section. You can do the manufacturing. Our lab, our hands were dirty. We put aside textbooks. We were hands-on. You were to make a tablet, you were to compress the tablets, we were making lotions. The practicability, even where I'm working now, as an assistant chief pharmacist, I do good manufacturing practice. We inspect manufacturing plants. It's easy for me because the practicability, if it was textbooks, it would be organic chemistry. You start from benzene, you manufacture up to, I don't know, naphthalene, technical. They were there, yes, but the practicability aspect was quite good. So that's what I loved about that. Then the diversity. Now, courses are there that are really, they're diverse. There's biomedical engineering where you can make these CT scans. You had yoga. The diversity is there. The options are many. The specializations are many. Then the cost. If my dad could stand here and tell you how much he paid for me to do pharmacy in India, it's like I was being sponsored, It was quite affordable. And then the cultural diversity. We had people from Sudan, Somali, Europe. There were many cultures. And we were all embraced and we were treated well. So the global networking is quite good. Now I have contacts all over the world. I have contacts all over the world because I studied there. So if we are just, I would advise there's no need of you studying in a village and then going to high school in the same village, going to the same university. Try exploring. The world now is an open market, open village, a small village. So by going out there, especially with India and the way they're treating this now seriously, you will go far. And the way he said, my wife is doing a master's in public health here in a Kenyan university. Sorry to go there, but she's done the master's in around 4 years. You're corrected. You come with a different theory. Another lecturer comes, there's that. I really don't want to get into that, but getting masters, this is 2 years, and if you're dedicated and you do the right thing, it's easy for you to do that, and also get your PhD as fast as you can, So this is a good option. Lastly, I'll talk about the people there. You're asked every time if you've eaten. In South India, they say sabtia. Have you eaten? They care about you. So for those who are thinking of going to India, it's the right place to go if you want to. Myself, I've already specialized. Now I've done my master's in biotechnology, innovation, and regulatory science in Purdue University, and it was very easy.
University of Pune, and currently she's working with one of the University of Canada here, and she'll speak about her experiences while she was there in Pune.
How are you, everyone? Namaste. I had a fight with Mr. Ashutosh because he's telling me that I need to talk in about 5 minutes, and I'm telling him my experiences in India require like a whole day. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Gladys Ngao. I teach at Kenyatta University, which is on Thika Road, about 18 kilometers from where we are. I teach in the School of Education. And I went to India in 2009. For your information, it was my first foreign country to go to. And I am so happy it was because of the experiences that I got. And I went to University of Pune. It has a different name now. You can say it for me, Savitribai Phule University. And of course, everything was different the moment I got there. It was good. And he said he went when he was 70, he came back when he was 90. I actually had to come back in. I went in September, on September 13th, 2009. I came back in January to make other dresses because the dresses that I had could not fit me. I had eaten that chicken, it was chicken and chicken, a lot. And the chai, I love the chai up to today, Indian chai, but I don't really get it quite what I used to get that time. I need to go back to India. Matters education, I would say, for example, when I went to India, I went on a scholarship, ICCR, and I studied, and out of the money I was getting, the stipend, which was 6,000 rupees, it paid for my PhD, Doctor of Education, and I also did an MBA using the same amount of money. So you can imagine the affordability. I mean, the rupee is just, I don't know what has happened up to now, but I think the differences are not so much. But I paid for my Master of Business Administration using the same money, and I stayed in a very good house, 2-bedroom. They were called 2BH. Something different from Kenya. And I also used to buy the shirts for my sons because I had a family for my sons, for their father, the dresses, very good. I also learned something, and I value it up to today. And what I majorly learned the ease of doing business. Where I used to live, it was called Mamtanaga, Old Sangvi in Pune. And Mamtanaga, we even had a bakery there, and only 2 gentlemen were working, and they would be done making bread and scones and everything. By around 8 a.m., we go to buy from the shops, and they were just there, very comfortable, having done a lot. The equipment, what you learn, other than going to classroom, these are the other benefits. Because I went to India, not as a businesswoman, but I came back to Kenya to start a bakery, because I had seen how easy it was to do it in India. And then small children, very small toddlers doing business. We don't do that here in Kenya. It's like there are people to do business and others not to do business. I love that about India. I also loved the mechanical items, the machines, the equipment, very simple. Oh, I miss the sugarcane juice, you know, with all those additives. Very nice, very relaxing. So actually, and I was telling Mr. Ashutosh, I have my son that I really need him to go to India for his master's now, because I feel like I'm not complete unless I have my child. And when my grandchildren grow, India is the place to go. And why am I saying that? The practicability. It's practical education. Practical education. Honesty. Honesty is a virtue in the Indian education. I got that, except for the few rickshawalas, because they would take me round and round and round, because they want me to pay 1 or 2 more rupees. Yeah, 1 or 2 more rupees. So they would take me round and not deliver me to my place easily. But most people have a lot of honesty. They practice what they teach. I had a relationship to date with my guide, yeah, and we communicate even up to today, because it's not just something I'm doing for money. It is something which I am doing with all commitment, like I am serving God. That is one other thing I learned about education in India, and I admire it to date. And then the other one is that everyone, you know, is socially connected. Even when we don't understand the language, you know, the only problem I got at first was because when we do here in Kenya, we do like this, we are saying no. But in India, that is to say yes. And how do we say no in India? By shaking the head. Yeah, there is a way. I think I may have forgotten, but I need to go back to India to learn. So what am I saying? The practicability. Everyone doing what is worthwhile and practicing the same. And yes, I had my sick father. He passed on while I was still in India in 2012. And when he passed on, okay, before he passed on, I was making arrangements to take him to India for his operation. He had meningioma. And in India, it would have cost me just 100,000 shillings, Kenya shillings. But here in Nairobi, if he had gone through the procedure, I would have paid more than $1 million. Isn't that quite affordable? Yeah. A lot of good things. So, and I like it, even the way we are connected, even up to today. I mean, we have that connection, the business acumen, that education, that sociability. And I used to go to church. in India, but how did I realize there was a church? There were people singing, and I heard Yeshua. Yeshua, and Yeshua, I got it to mean Yesu, which is Jesus in my language. So I was never lost. The first Sunday in India, I went to church, but I also used to go to enjoy going to the temples, because they were nice experiences, and I would tie, you know, this, what do we call it, the headgear, yeah, for all the other Indian events. And I loved it, and given a chance, like I have said, and he knows he has a deal, I will take my son there for his MBA. So let's connect, get the best out of India, as we also get the best out of here, because the world has become one. Can I?
airport to join into university there in Bangalore, and my stay in Bangalore was really amazing. You know, we liked that what we call the Bangalore life, the Silicon Valley of India, because most of the cities, they are very nice, because we had an experience. I had an experience also to come to Chennai, Mumbai, all the way even to Delhi, all the way even to Kerala, all the India. You can go all the entire India when you are already there. But what I liked most is the cost of living, because I remember one day I decided to go for a vacation in Dubai, but I didn't finish the vacation. I had to run back to India because the cost of living in Dubai was very high. I couldn't manage the bill, so I had to run very quickly and stop the vacation because of the cost there. So me being in India was very amazing life. What I studied there is what I can say it has put me in the position I'm currently right now, because I'm an entrepreneur. So the position I'm currently right now is because of what I studied in India, where I got to know more of not the theoretical but the practicality of the theory. Because I remember what I'm doing currently is basically from what I learned, from the exploration, from the also that exposure I got by interacting with so many companies around, and you are open also when you are going there to do so. And guys, what I can assure you, if you are having the inspiration to go there through study in India, if you get through study in India, I will give one comment. You will get the correct universities. What does this mean? The university which cannot cheat you. That's one alumnus mention of the virtue of honesty. During study in India, you will get a university which cannot give you a fake degree which you can return it to Kenya and start strangling how you can get the certification or the authentication of your documents. So through Study in India, through the universities who have already partnered with the Study in India, guys, these universities, they are the best universities there in India. You can go and have the quality education you inspiring to have. Definitely from my experience, I have also sent maybe referred my friends, go to India, take your degrees, but none of them till me today has ever given me a negative comment. Every time I talk to them, they say yes, life here is very nice, and everything we are enjoying, the classroom, they are even getting the internships, practical working in the hospitals, who are taking pharmacies, these who are taking allied health sciences, they are working in hospitals as well. So these things you will come up as a very, very good candidate who can support yourself in the next future. For that few remarks, I'm really happy. Thank you so much, and feel much welcomed, and say welcome, and see you your future in India. Thank you.
So thank you, Paul, for your words, and for all the alumni and our faculties and representatives from partner institutes who are present here. We are organizing an alumni dinner today evening, and all of you are cordially invited for the alumni dinner. We have already sent the invitation, and during the alumni dinner, we also plan to have an interaction with the alumni and understand from them what expectations additionally they have from Study India, and how we can work towards the internationalization of the Indian education system, and faculties and representatives from respective universities of University of Kenya, Kenyatta University. All of you are requested to present in the alumni dinner, so that we can have an interaction session with our partner institutes, those who have come from India, and we'll have discussions on the teacher exchange programs, student exchange programs, and many other areas through which students can come from India to universities in Kenya, and from Kenyan universities, students can go to India for the short-term programs or like semester exchange programs. So with this, we are coming to an end of today's event. So before the completion of the event, we'll just ask everyone to present here for a group photo. And after the event, we have arranged for teas and snacks on the right side of the hall. So thank you everyone for being present in the inauguration session, and we expect that we'll have a good footfall today. And for our upcoming events in Tanzania and Uganda as well, we have already started the branding and all other activities. And best of luck to all of us. Thank you everyone. So students present at the back, you can go to the respective stalls and start interaction with the universities, those who are present here. So from the third row onwards, and all the alumni, those who are present here, and along with our faculty members and the representative from partner institute, please be present here for the group photo. Thank you.